Welcome, everybody, to a Laugh and Learn Magic Tool Talk about candle magic.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-hoo! So, and I'm I'm pretty sure the best chatters influenced this one.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool. And please welcome Angela Cardamancy Mesquite,
Mm-hmm.
Purple Elephant Deb H. I'm Tarot Stash. I'm glad you're here. Everybody, please make sure to like and subscribe to all of our channels because that lets us know that you like what we're doing. All of the links to these channels are below. So do it now. Give us speak to it now. So, but and this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based on what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. So, however, Deb, Angela, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Getting
Yes.
along.
Okay. Yes. Wet. Raining.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm well, so that's cool, and I'm looking forward to talking about candle magic. Chris from Barely Balanced Tarot was scheduled to be here, and schedule changes, so
Mm-hmm.
he will be with us next time. If there is enough interest, perhaps we will do a candle magic 2,
Oh, nice.
maybe.
That.
But there has to be enough interest,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
so people
Well,
need to, you know. So, but we'll also see how we do with stuff. So let's say hi to some people. And Lady Silver is here and we'll watch on replay. Thank you very much. And Lady Silver has done that wonderful thing. Silver has gone over to all 3 of our channels and left a
and,
comment and a thumbs
and
up.
left it. Yes, that's helpful with the algorithm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
very helpful with the algorithm. So Naomi Hewitt is here. Hi, Naomi. Good to see you. Marita is here. Hello.
And
What?
putting our
And putting
link
the
in.
links. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Lottie B is here. Hello. And Pogo is here. Kaylee, work lurking as always. And thankfully, I get to work from home tomorrow. That's cool. And tomorrow, I am on with Richie from Longman Tarot at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then I am hosting Hershey, the Shadow Reader, for Yawn readings, yes or no questions. So that was fun. Oh, and Kaylee said they got snow last night.
Oh.
Book is here. Hello. Shaw Woman. Good to see you. Michelle Krantz. And just getting caught up. Kristen Louise is actually skipping a work seminar or webinar. Shh, we won't tell.
Mm-mm.
We won't tell at all. Hey, work. No, we won't tell. So thank you. And progressive party from party to party. That's true. That's true. Jonathan Daly is here. Hi, Jonathan. Hello. Lori is here. Good to see you, Lori. And Delphi Ross. Wonderful to have so many people here. Yeah, you can get bored. So it happens, especially when I'm around. Coyote Rosenbaum 91 is here. Hi. Teresa is here. Hello. And we are almost to the end. Yay. I have your question, Kristen, Plucky Heroine. And by the way, if you have questions about candle magic, put it all in caps. We're not doing personal readings. We are talking specifically about candle magic.
Mhm.
I can't get on because of an ad blocker violations.
YouTube has decided that there will be no ad blockers on anyone's device,
Oh,
or
jeez.
you don't get to have YouTube.
Not the best decision on their part.
No. Flower Beauty is here. Hi, Flower Beauty. Rossi is here. Teresa Ford, and well, shucks. Okay.
Flower Beauty.
Flower Beauty, yes. Thought I said Flower Beauty, but anyhow, hi,
I
Flower.
not heard.
So, all right. So, as I said, today is a discussion about candle magic, and this is part of the Laugh and Learn and Magic Tool Talk and the Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club. So, and I do have questions to put up.
Yes.
So, what is candle magic? Let's start with that. What is candle magic? So, who would like to start?
Well, candle magic is the it's kind of putting a light on your intention.
Okay. Okay.
It brings fire and thought together.
Yes.
Air brings those elements together to get your intention known.
True. Yeah.
And it can be as simple or as elaborate as you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it can. Vicky Howell is here. Hi, Vicky. Kaylee, I have your question. Thank you. I think candle magic is using the flame to set a beacon out for the work and or the intention that you have.
Yes.
That's a very, very high level. By the way, I was doing a fair amount of research, and there are some decent websites on the internet that you can find things. So that is extremely helpful. What I'm curious about is anybody in the chat, do you do candle magic already? And if so, I would encourage you to answer these questions. So, candle magic. And I also, Marita said, similar to lighting a candle when praying to saints.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That would be a form of candle magic.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, and we're getting some affirmative replies.
Yep. And Vicky, Lori said yes, and Vicky said yes.
Yes.
And
Naomi's
done it once in the past. Yep. And I think anytime you light a candle is an opportunity to make it magical.
Yes.
If you're having a nice dinner and you want to have the ambiance of candlelight, you could light that candle with some intention and help to encourage that.
Yes.
So, Lori Alley said, candle magic is my primary form of magic.
Oh, nice.
That. And Vicky says, I use it to scribe. And Teresa Ford said, I used to. Now I set intention mostly with stones and crystals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and that's if you decide that one form of magic is not serving you as well as something else, there is no reason not to move on.
Exactly.
Correct. And there's also no reason to separate stones and crystals from candle magic.
That's true too.
I'm all about the the overlapping. And Kaylee said, Marita, very true. I always light a candle when using my magic circle when I meditate.
Yes.
Naomi does agrees. Kristen Louise says, I have used them for cord cutting, prosperity spells, passion spells, and also as an offering to different deities.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. And Plucky said, yes, I do candle magic, chime candles, incised, dressed, anointed at new moon and full moon. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Yeah. And here you got some, you combine the crystals and the candles. I like a lot of combination or
Mhm.
combining of things, and that works very well. Andrea is here. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Andrea.
Just bought I think that's a tuning fork to use as a chime. I think it could be a tuning.
I think it's a tuning fork as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, here you go. Mostly because I have a cat who wants to mess with candles. And Deb, what is your announcement about the candle safety?
You must always take care of. I don't set fire. I'm not permitted to set fires anymore.
Mhm.
There is a story there, people.
There is a
Yes,
story
there's a
there.
story here. A big flaming story.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I take great care with the safety of the flame. So I would say, this is my personal opinion, if you have safety issues with pets or children, I think there's probably nothing wrong with using electronic candles.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Beth is still having trouble. Can't see the live. YouTube is blocking me. Okay. Yeah, and the safety things. Safety first, people. Don't leave a flame unattended
Yes.
unless you are absolutely certain that if it falls over, it's not going to catch anything on fire.
Yes.
Mhm.
No. Okay, getting caught up in chat. Flower Beauty says we light clay diyas filled with ghee or oil during prayers to invoke
Mhm.
the goddess or gods. I lighted also now Diwali is coming and light the entire house up to invoke the goddess. Ooh, that's lovely.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Fatima is here. Hello. And okay. Oh yeah, and Lori said, "Flower, my husband gave me an oil burner, and I need to learn how to use it." Yep,
Mhm.
yep. Jonathan said, "I have dabbled with candle magic and used to get into it with essential oils and herbs and hand-carved sigils, but I have found a simple set of tea lights used in a crystal grid works just as well."
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Find what suits your purpose.
Yes, yes. And yeah, Kristen Louise says, I also use bind runes in them. So the meaning of the bind rune is infused into the candle. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, chime candles.
Mhm.
Yep. And okay. Yes, fire safety, fire safety.
Yes.
Sherry is homesick, feeling better than yesterday. I'm glad. Sorry that you were sick.
Feel better.
Yes, feel better.
Yeah, and you can subscribe stuff on them, and I think Naomi also talked about doing some of that.
Yes.
So, okay, it's
And there's some discussion about using candles, even as small children in churches.
oh
Mhm.
yes, yes, yeah. So, um, yeah, candle energy goes back to the church. Well, and I mean, oh yeah, here you go. And in Zoroastrianism, yes,
Yeah.
candle. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about that. So
Yes.
Mhm.
with fire, very much so. So, um, And I remember growing up that there were offering candles at church.
Mm-hmm.
So you put a little bit of money in and then you could light a candle. Um, so I think that is around.
Yep.
Has been around for a long time. It's very true with the electronic candles. It's all about the intention. Same goes for cleansing yourself with incense. If you don't have any, doing the motions and intentions is just as good. Yes. Yep. Yeah. The electric or the battery operated works well.
Yes.
Okay. Lori said, I do like to put intention into electric tea lights too. Electricity and batteries are also magical. Yes. Yes. So, okay. So we talked about what candle magic is, and let's talk about how you use candle magic or when you might use candle magic. I think it goes back to the idea of is what is the intention that you're setting?
Absolutely.
And it's a great way to bring fire and air together, depending upon the type of candle you use. It could also it could also have some earth in it.
Mm-hmm.
You could float a candle. It could have some water to it. So I use candle magic every single time when I am doing my daily work, when I'm doing my setting my intention spell
Yes.
for the day. So, but yeah.
I use candles to call the ancestors.
Yes. Very much so.
Candle magic is a fairly integral part of my practice. I use candle magic often for all different kinds of purposes.
Yes.
For manifestation, for binding, I use it for all kinds of things.
Sure.
I use it for pretty much anything I really need, any work I need to do.
Yes. Well, and when casting circle, setting the beacon is let this light be a candle unto the insert direction here. So it is a point of drawing attention to.
Yes.
Focusing.
Yes.
Honestly, I think candle magic is appropriate most of the times if you work with it or if you're drawn to it. Again, entertainment purposes only. Don't light a candle near somebody who is using oxygen.
No.
Yes, please do not do that.
Don't do that. But
be discerning.
And Naomi said it's the light switch. Yeah. Yeah, it's a visible point of reference for thought and meditation. Absolutely.
Yes.
Candles are like little tiny hearth fires.
They are.
And candles are important for me to honor loved ones who have passed too. It is like a direct line to them. Yes, or direct link to them. Yeah, and on my ancestor altar, I have candles. And in many spiritual practices, lighting of the candle is a key thing. Very, very important. So, I keep Bridget's flame. And so on my porch all the time in 2 lanterns, I have a candle in each. Yes. And we will be talking about that, the flame. So did I miss any other good comments?
I think you've got
also, candle would have been a constant fire source for burning herbs. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And before electricity, it would have been essential to be able to see in the dark.
Yes, to see in the dark and to stay warm and to prepare food.
Yes.
Fire is life. Yes. Heat protection and wilderness lighting. And and Teresa brings up the good point. I feel like all of our tools are about layering intentions.
They are.
Yes.
Except when you're not.
Yes, except when you're not.
So yeah. Okay. I always like them when I meditate.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, it's the on-air sign for spiritual work. Lets them know you're open. I
Yeah,
like that. That's a
I do too.
describe that. So, and Delphi Ross says, I like candles in winter. I set them on living room table. Well, and certainly the idea of, especially when it's dark, and from Yule until Imbolc,
Mm-hmm.
we need that light.
Yes, we
Mhm.
do.
We definitely need that light. So, and here you go. Burn Reiki charge scented candles to set my daily mood for and focus.
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I
And
feel like too, it's almost like a point of hope for the
Mhm.
coming of the light,
yes,
for the return of the light.
yes, yes. So how can you use candle magic? I said for almost anything. Any other thoughts about that?
Yeah, whenever I need to use my fireplace for heat, I also light a candle with the intention of making the whole house feel warm and comfortable.
Nice. Very nice. Very
And I have
nice.
done candle magic um, for s- for separation, for
Mhm.
not. It was for jury duty. I didn't want to do jury duty,
Okay.
but I did it and it worked.
There you go. There you go.
I've
Um,
also used it to separate because my horoscope, my astrology, half is Virgo, half is Scorpio. So I have earth and water. So I used candle magic to separate my earth from my water. So I'm not mud anymore. And I have a bounty coming in, a bountiful harvest on the earth side. And the abundance energy coming from the flow of water from the water side.
mhm. I like that because you know that there is a gap
Uh-huh.
in the elements that you have. So I think that candle magic is very appropriate for that.
Uh-huh.
I in our coven we will if we're planning a working we will do a reading about that, and then that reading will actually tell us what type of spell to do the working.
Uh-huh.
So, and all right, let me get caught up with some of the amazing comments. And Book Bewitched said I bought 8 3-inch electric candles from Zonavama for under $25. Use them in every room in cool containers.
Mhm.
Greater in kitchen, old ceiling light, splashes a holy light on surfaces. Ooh, that's nice.
Uh-huh.
Ah, Nancy, a Crone's Intuition is here. Hello. And Lori Alley said, I like to meditate on illuminating or brightening a situation too. It's a
Uh-huh.
metaphor for me to find solutions. I like that. And okay. And Diana, or Goddess Diana, or Wonder Woman,
Wonder Woman.
I raw skinny beeswax candle and herbs for 9 days ritual. And right now I'm doing an 11-day ritual, which ends on the portal 1111.
Excellent.
Nice. Nice. And Flower Beauty said, I just bought the most beautiful brass plate with a brass oil lamp and a brass incense sticks holder to offer flowers and offerings to the gods and goddesses. It smells and feels divine with fire. I That sounds incredible.
Sure does.
Wow. Um, oh, by the way, since we're talking about the Zonavama, know your limits, purchase responsibly.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Wonder Woman for sure. Um, yeah. So, okay. There were other comments that are stored. Well, and Plucky asked this early on. Do you, plural, use candle magic? If so, how frequently?
Yes.
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 And like every day,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
Pretty
Yep.
much.
And I was just it was actually one thing that I do is I have one of my working altars, I have different candle holders.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I do is I always start with my candle, my the candle that is for me, because I want to light and connect with I want to connect, and I want my magic to be strong for what else I am doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, and book set every day, and oh, there you go. And Diana said, I'm going to copycat that whole brass setup. And is it Cariomancy? I don't know what Cariomancy is unless
Well,
that's like,
Plucky explains it. You
oh,
start.
okay. Do you watch how the candles burn and read how the wax flows? Cariomancy, spelling Cariomancy. Sometimes yes.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes I start a fire.
Yes. That's why she's no longer keeper of the flame.
That's
she's
right.
allowed. She's allowed to do candle magic with supervision.
Yes.
Yes. Well, and to that point also is, a lot of what I use, I use tea lights.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I do, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I buy a lot of tea lights and on Imulk, because that's the day when we start to see the light. I bless or consecrate all of my candles for the year. So
the good thing about a tea light too is that it's contained.
Yes. So there is the flame scrying, or using the flame to help scry in crystals, as well as the when I'm using a taper. I don't often use a taper. I will, but a taper like this, I am making sure that it's in a something that's going to hold it.
Yes.
So
there's another part of it too, is you can do some scrying with the wax. The pool wax beneath the candle.
Yeah, that's the
yeah. How the wax flows. Yep. Yep. And I have two prayer for lighting the candles, and Spanish candles are part of tour culture. Yeah. Well, and think about it. I mean, candle magic is around a lot of places.
Yes.
Days. A birthday candle.
Yes.
You blow it out, you make a wish. How about that for sending the wish to the ethers?
Yes.
So, Diana said, absolutely have to watch all the candle and the wax and how it flows and how the wick twists and turns.
And bends.
I'm getting better at reading her voice.
At reading typos.
Yes. And Tom is here from Early Ritual. Work got in the way. Damn work.
Technically, it's probably not typos. It's autocorrect. Yeah.
Voices.
Autocorrect.
Okay. I love as the top fills and then burst over, creating movement. True. Yes. When that is. So, okay. So what supplies do you need to do candle magic?
Something to start a fire.
Something safe to put your candle on or in.
Candles of some kind, something that will keep a flame.
Candles.
Yep, something, it can be as simple as this, birthday candles.
Birthday candles are great, yes.
They are great, especially if you need the candle to burn all the way down for
Mhm.
your intention.
Yes. We talked about that in the cutting ties or cutting cord cutting.
I believe so.
On Instagram, Mystic Primrose has an amazing amount of videos, shorts about using candles and candles as part of the
Mhm.
workings. They're really great. And Bone Genie thinks she's smarter than me. Okay. All
That's
right. So I think I was just looking at my list. So here's a great point. Do you use colored candles or only white ones?
All kinds of colors.
color.
Yeah.
But if you can't get your hands on a colored candle, a white one will work.
Always.
A white candle is always appropriate.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yeah. And I have some books, and in each of these books there is information about the color of candles
Mhm.
and the candles, you know, things like astral candle colors, alternate astral candle colors, symbolism of colors. So there are a lot of options for it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Pick the one that works for you and resonates for you.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, and
And always remember, we're not the experts. You're the expert on your own practice.
Exactly.
that's right. And and back in, I mean, Deb and Angela have been through all of the tarot the stash way,
Mhm.
where we talked about color.
Yes.
All of the things that you associate with colors
Mhm.
are very appropriate. You keep that in mind, because all you're doing is connecting all of your power, lining things up to bring the most impressive work that you can do.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, and
Be
you know,
creative. Combine it with other things that you're good at.
yes, absolutely. Thank you, Plucky. That's a great question.
Mhm.
Thank you, Rossi.
Deb is always right, people. We know that. We know this. IKEA also has, wait a minute. When I went to the Mall of America, I got 2 big square glass jars to light my candles, so there's no cat danger. Nice.
Oh, good.
Lori, I have your question highlighted. IKEA also has great candles, come in little glass containers, and they have different burning times. My favorite are the 10-hour, and then I wash and repurpose the glass containers. I
That-
mean, yeah. And so I think one of the other things related to the supplies, depending upon your thought process, some people believe you have to dress a candle before you use it, meaning you have to anoint it, you draw on it, you do all sorts of things with it, and you do a lot of hand gestures on it and over it before you even start. Can you do that? Absolutely. Do you
Mhm.
have to do that?
No.
No. It just depends. You're in control of what you do.
Yes.
And so Hanukkah candles after Hanukkah are great candles for that
Mhm.
as well.
I would say too that after Kwanzaa there will be candles available.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. So I am a person who, when I go into a store, I don't do it as much now, but when I would go into the store, I'd look for the sales.
Mhm.
And so that's perfect. Um, Lori asked, do you guys prefer a type of candle over others? I like essential oil votives from Aloha Bay in colored glass holders. Bonus, the company is worker owned, fair trade, all natural. Very nice. Very nice. Do you prefer a type of candle?
Well, Angela and
It's-
I do a great deal of candle work, so we do a lot of birthday candles.
Yeah, a lot of birthday candles, and we use other candles too. Like I use one of these emergency candles
Uh-huh.
because when I light that and let it drip, it's easier to set the birthday candles to stand up.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
do a lot of we live in Texas,
Mhm.
so there are glass containers with candles everywhere.
Yep.
And in fact, this is one of my my ancestor candles.
Mhm.
So I picked those up around Dia de los Muertos because they were plentiful.
Mhm.
And those are what I like for ancestor candles.
Yeah.
We found reverse candles.
Yeah.
There are candles for every sort of
Yeah, for every sort of thing you
saint,
would want.
archangel. Yes.
Exactly.
These are great because these are used in a lot of different traditions
Mhm.
Yes.
to be placed into specific candle holders, because that's also something to consider is the holder can have special significance.
Yes.
Yes.
And so
And so we are notorious for when we go out shopping, we just pick up candles
Mhm.
of every kind.
oh yeah. I think the only thing that I've knocked some stuff over, so if I roll over that, it's going to annoy me. So Mousy is here and Jesri is here, and I want to Lori, this is a great question. I prefer unscented candles just because that's me.
Me
So
too.
Because I have some sensitivity to candles or scents, so I have to be very careful with that.
and you
So
have to think about your pets too, because pets can be sensitive to certain scents.
Especially cats.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If I am last year, I actually for a ritual that we did in the coven, I made beeswax candles,
Mm-hmm.
and I did scent them with essential oil, an essential oil mixture. So, and Diana also carves sergils or sigils into wax candles.
Absolutely.
I like beeswax candles. I like so because of the natural aspect of it and the paraffin. And Jonathan said, if you don't have the right color, white candles hold all the colors. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Flower Beauty said, plucky heroine. Yes, maybe that's why what is meant by candle magic. There must be something to it if all spiritual cultures use fire.
Yes.
Yes.
Cheers. Cheers. So, and if you inscribe, do you have a favorite tool?
Actually, I use different tools depending on what it is.
Yes. I'll oftentimes use a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said they use a toothpick.
Mm-hmm.
I will actually use my Athame sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
depending upon what I'm using. I have used my fingernail when I did not have an Athame. So anything that has a point, paper clips will work. So and I'm the kind of person who, if I've used it for that, then that elevates that tool to a magic level. So
Yeah.
I use the other tools.
Yes.
So and Flower Beauty, I have your question or your comment starred because we will get to that. And Book said I had goddess candles for specific with lovely colored determined evocations. I took linen wrapper and framed above a working or altar. Spendy, so this works because of a curious cat. Okay, and colors will work on many things, including what type of working you want to do, as well as the deity you want to include in that. So, Dollar Tree, yeah, great candles. And I'm a huge supporter of if you've got a heavy glass thing, it's a candle holder.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
yeah, nice and heavy jars you find in garage sales. Yes, you are absolutely right. Scorpio Mama is here. Yeah, birthday candles. So, and there's some love for the scented candles.
Mhm.
Kristen Louise uses a dagger.
Mhm.
So, Lori's the same way with scents. So, okay, I'm gonna hide that for later, Jonathan. Use letter opener.
Mhm.
That works.
I've used my pocket knife before too.
Yes, yes. So I think it's a really important part. PD is here. Hi, PD. And PD of the Tarot Lounge is going to be brave and be on with me in a couple of weeks to do readings on the 21st. So,
Nice.
you know, oh, here you go. I have a diamond tie stick pin that was my grandmother's from about 1910, and I use that most of the time.
Very nice.
Yes. Ooh, dental pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Yeah. I can't wait either. Everybody's got to be nice to you. Well, or I'll kick them out. So, okay. What other supplies? Types of candles, tea light, votive, pillar, tapers, etc. Birthday candles are great. Colors, whatever color. Sometimes the birthday candles have multiple colors too.
Yes. Oh, yes, they do.
So that could be a lot of fun.
And you can also get birthday candles in black and white.
Mhm.
Yes.
So if
Yes.
you're needing a black candle,
Mm-hmm.
look for those.
Yeah. How many candles do you need?
All of them.
How many candles do you need? All of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It can be one or it can be all of them.
Yeah. Naomi has a used skewer that would work. So, oh, there's some beautiful information here from Flower Beauty about the colors.
Mhm.
So, and again, this is beautiful, Flower Beauty. Thank you for doing this, because we talked about this in the Tarot the Stash Way and the colors, because sometimes the color red is appropriate for a wedding,
Mhm.
and it's funerals that are appropriate to wear white. So keep going. Yeah, obviously all of them, all the candles, all of them. So, Angela for the win. So Jonathan just uses has a small swashbuckling sword that is small enough to use. I think what's really important. There you go. I love red too. And the other thing is I think it's important that you pay attention to how does that candle color make you feel, because part of the intention setting is you want to feel like your magic has already worked.
Yes.
So I think that's extremely powerful. So, okay. I have a couple of other notes. Okay. Here's an interesting question as it relates to this. How do you light your candles? Because I know there is some different thoughts on that. And I'll just tell you what I know of the different thoughts. Do you light them with a match? Do you light them with a lighter? Do you light another candle and use that to light them? And so what do you do?
Yes.
All of the above.
Okay, I sort of knew that was going to happen. But So this is again, this is part of the traditions
Mhm.
that you have. Sometimes there's always a need for a starter candle. You light a
Mhm.
candle, and you never start the flame on the candle you're using for the magic from the fire source itself.
Yeah,
That
I like to use one candle to light. If I'm doing working with a lot of candles, I'll use one to light them all.
Mhm. Yes. And then okay. I mean, with a match, lighter, light candle, and light the working candle. So, the other question is how do you extinguish the candle flame?
Most of the time, we let them burn out on their own. We let them burn completely.
If we're at Angela's house,
Mm-hmm.
if I generally either blow out the candle or snuff it with, just deprive it of oxygen.
Yes. I know, for instance, when I'm casting circle
Mm-hmm.
and the circle is finished, I do need to extinguish that that beacon so that they know that we're finished. So a candle snuffer is great, which mine is over there. You can't see it. I also will lick my fingers and do that for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You deprive it of oxygen.
Mhm.
But most of the time, I do let the candles burn out.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a really great word,
It
and
is.
I'm not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Um, all right. I have a vase with those tiny slender colored candles I've used in the past. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Plucky Heroine said, when I do candle magic at the new and full moon, I use at least a white candle and a white candle to represent waxing and waning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Naomi says, I used orange for courage. Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Um, PD loves the way matches smell.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaw woman Dina never had much success with candle magic, though. How do you know that you haven't had much success with it?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so there's the question is about on the fire source directly. I don't know why. It's part of the working that people have I've read about, but I haven't really. I don't know exactly why. I was just going, is there something in here about that? So, um, but it's too late. So there you go. I have not done the prep. So I don't know, PD. If you find out, let me know. Lori, I'm a matchbook or plain old Bic lighter girl. I do love a cool silver Bic lighter holder from the 70s. Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonathan uses to light candles with matches to avoid the lighter unless it's using a lighting candle.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Okay. At the new and full moons, I use at least a black and white candles to represent waning and waxing of the moon and the intention. Yes. There you go. Rose Beauty said, we offer our goddess in temples red bangles, red vermilion, red and gold scarves, red, orange, and yellow flowers. So I'm going to buy some red candles and try candle magic. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Do so responsibly. Make sure things don't burn.
Yes.
Fogo says, I probably just blow it out, which I know is probably incorrect, though. I do say thank you as I do it. What's wrong with that?
How could that be incorrect?
Yeah. Flour, do so responsibly, and everybody. So I think this is really exciting. Jonathan does lick his fingers and pinch out the flame. So Diana said, during ritual spell work, I use matchstick and a working candle for fire source. Mhm.
Mhm.
And Plucky says, I let the candles burn completely. How long the candles burn is an indicator of the strength of the intention. That is very true.
Yeah, I like that.
Very true. So Jonathan just sent a link of something and I didn't see what that was.
I didn't either.
No,
I imagine it has to do with candle magic.
I would think so. So yeah, I'm just curious too about that PD. I have 3 books here about it, but I did not look specifically that question. So Leah is here. Hi, Leah. Good to see you. And I guess my brain says if you're blowing it out, you're blowing away the magic you just brought in.
That's a way to look at it.
That is a way. That is a way to look at it, but yeah, it's a way to look at it. I mean, but that doesn't stop the magic, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, I felt blowing it out with thank yous very powerful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, what works for you is what works.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. So we will be giving some tips here shortly. And Jezri is like going, Kaylee, don't think like that. You've already set your intention.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things about magic and spell work is that once you have cast the spell,
Mm-hmm.
it's no longer in your control.
No.
So it's done. You've done your part. And what you're putting out there, that's why preparation is helpful.
Yes.
Make sure that you have clearly thought about what you're doing. So.
And on that note, I write out a note card with all the details of what I want to go into this intention and this working before I even get started.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like you would prepare yourself for anything else, you would prepare for candle magic.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Just there. I mean, the best chatters are bringing it, aren't they? Best chatters are bringing it. So, or it could scatter the energy. I mean, Naomi, yes, it could, but
sometimes you might want to scatter the energy.
Sometimes you could want it to scatter. Sometimes you could actually want to snuff out the candle because that's the type of working you need to stop something from happening. But I like that idea. If you're thinking about that, it releases that power. And you release it and you blow it out with certain words.
And that's similar to untying a knot from knot magic would release that.
That's a great question. Leah asked, do different oil and different colors like a recipe? Yeah, different oils, different colors, whatever you're working with. I think it's really, really important. Okay, yes, he did. Yep. Okay, I still have that highlighted. Okay. If you extinguish the candle, do you return that candle to continue the working? Do you return to that candle to continue the working?
Yes.
If it's a long range working, yeah.
Yes.
So, because there are workings that, you do them on every full moon or every new moon, and that builds the energy.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing something where you're moving proximity, every day would be appropriate.
Yeah. Bye, Rossi. Oh my, y'all. And Lori said, I blow out with intention. Thank you. So be it. I also don't ever leave a candle burning. Very good. Yes, me too, Nancy. I love how everyone has different candle rituals. It's an intimate process. It's very intimate and extremely powerful. So, yeah. The you know, focus your intentions, absolutely.
Mhm.
There are lots of different ways to cast a spell. That may end up being part 2.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I use the chime style candles because they usually burn within an hour. Yeah. And yes, some people do return to the same candles. Yeah, and Jonathan said even Cosmopolitan has an article that teaches the basics of candle magic. Yep. Yep.
I like that.
All right. And Jezree said, Plucky, only use that candle if you're going to do the same workings
Yes.
Mhm.
and or the same type of working,
Yes.
Yes.
where it would be a build of energy.
And
Mhm.
Jezree went on to say, don't use it for love one day and money the next.
Correct.
Mhm.
So it's the same energy. You want to use it for the same energetic working.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Leah, I believe candles do hold our intentions. So, and that's part of the beauty of what we're talking about.
Mhm.
And yes,
Mhm.
candles can clear cards as well.
Yes.
Mhm.
So this is great. All right. All right. Safe practices and best practices. What might those be? Because then I want to go to all of the 23 highlighted questions from the best chatters. So safe practices.
Have something set aside to put the fire out in case you get one started.
Yes.
Baking soda, a lid that you could throw over the whole thing,
Mhm.
a heavy cloth can douse the fire,
Yes.
some water.
Be careful with water depending upon what candle and working that you're doing.
Yes. If you have a candle you have anointed with oils, water would not be the way to go.
You go to baking soda.
Yes. And a fire extinguisher around is always appropriate, especially when if you're doing a lot of working with people, that can build up a lot of energy. So
Yeah.
be very aware of that.
Yes.
So
And whatever surface you're using to burn your candles on, make sure that it's fireproof.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Same with herbs. There are many varieties that have an appropriate use. And as you are, if you have a candle that has herbs in it,
Mhm.
or herbs, depending upon where you live, be careful what you use in the candle because those could pop and start on fire.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, yes.
um,
We know that.
Marby is here. Hi, Marby.
Hi, Barbie.
Um, and PD said that is the smartest thing I've heard. You know how many people I know that do this and have started fire. So smart to recommend the safety. Yeah. Well, and Teresa Ford has a fire blanket in the kitchen plus a fire extinguisher.
Mhm.
Especially don't leave an unattended flame burning outside.
No, no,
That's
no.
how fires get started, people.
Yeah.
Burn down lots of things. Do you want that on your conscience? I think not.
No,
Bye, Teresa.
Teresa.
Yeah. Yes. Hold the intention and space when we cannot. Yep. Okay. Other safe practices and best practices.
Don't do candle magic if you have spent the night partying. So don't make sure that when you start it, if you burn candles or start any kind of flame, make sure that you have all of your wits about you. Don't, have 3 or 4 drinks and then decide to do candle magic.
It's yes. While you're doing magic, your intention is amplified
Mhm.
multiple times. And I think a best practice is before you even get a candle out, you be clear on your intentions.
Yes.
Mhm.
What is it that you're wanting? how do I do that? How much time do I have in order to dedicate to this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do what Angela has done. Write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Write it down. Yes, magic responsibly.
Yes.
And by the way, Dina is multitasking poorly but listening intently. So I think, so I think it's really very important for you to define what your magic or your outcome is, your desired outcome. You need to make sure that we've talked about this before. You need to make sure that what you are doing is is set up in a good place for your candle to burn. Don't put a candle in front of a window that has curtains on it that will blow. Don't do that.
No.
It's always a good idea to best practice energize your candle a bit. Either anoint it, set intentions on it, burn a sigil into it, or carve a sigil into it. I also think that best practices when you're doing candle magic is, we are going to have to do a part 2 to this.
We are.
Okay. But when you are speaking, when you're setting your intention, say it out loud because give it a voice.
Yes.
So, all right. Yes. Picture it clearly in your head. Feel it in your heart. Yes. But friends don't let friends do candle magic under the influence of adult substances. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Here you go. Lanterns. Lanterns are a fabulous tool. Yes. MLR is here. Hello. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go through and go through as many of these starred comments as we can.
Okay.
Kaylee is candle meditation a form of candle magic? Any pointers? How successful is it?
I would say yes.
Yes.
Be very successful in focusing your intention and your energy into a point.
Yes. Absolutely. And how successful is it is depends upon how hardworking you are.
Yes.
Do it once and just show up and then just, let it go. It may not be as successful. Okay. Yes, we've used them for cord cutting. That's great. Always okay. Got that. Okay. Carving sigils or bind runes into a candle.
Yes.
Words is a great thing. We'll
Yeah.
talk more about that. Essential oils, you have to be careful.
Yes.
Marita said the candles would have been a constant fire source for burning herbs. Yes. And Bridget's Flame. Bridget's Flame. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. We will talk about Bridget's Flame next time
Yeah.
on Magic Tool Talk. Candle Magic Part 2. How's that? Yes. Okay. Yes, you do colored candles. White ones are always good.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jonathan did put in candle magic for beginners, spells for abundance, love, and healing. Got those. Yes.
Yes.
So that's a book. I have not read that one. And then there's also the to get Madame Pamita's book. I've seen that one. I have not done that one. I have not gotten that one. So those are there. Okay.
Jezreel oil lamps would work if you don't have lanterns. Just,
Oh, yeah.
fire safety.
So, okay. This is your brain. This is your brain on candle magic. So,
And yes, Jezreel, that would work.
Okay.
Just because it's modern doesn't mean it doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Heck. Heck, we're talking about using we're we're talking about using birthday candles for
I
goodness sake.
know.
So
And battery operated ones.
Yeah.
and battery operated ones.
So use what you have.
Okay, so when your spell is finished, how do you dispose of any remaining candle?
Well, there are several ways. Sometimes I just put them into the fire.
Okay, into the fire pit or something like that.
With the fireplace.
I have a fireplace. I just put it in with the
Mhm.
in the fireplace. That way it burns in my.
Yeah. I think, Naomi, a lot of times I've seen, depending upon the type of working, if you have a stub of the candle or a lot of wax, sometimes it will get burned, and it will go through some sort of an offering or something to actually get it ready as an appreciation for the working, and then it's buried.
Yes, and yes, so it would depend on what your candle magic was for, what working you're doing, how you would dispose of the remaining wax.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great question, Naomi. Had an experience with Candle Magic Monday. Was together with a group, 6 of us. One candle flame was unmoving, the other flickering like crazy right next to it. Was so amazing to see the response. It's so true.
Yes,
So
that happens a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, and there's nothing wrong with that. That actually tells. Sometimes that can actually tell if it's working.
Yes.
So, Morella is here. Hello. And I'm glad you made it. That's why there's playback.
Yes.
All right. Yes, we already said yes to that.
Yes.
Flower Beauty asked about how to cast a spell. And I think if you've never done spell work, what do you think about when, what do you do? I'm wondering, Flower Beauty, is you are lighting candles for gods and goddesses? Are you saying prayers at that time when you are lighting those candles? Because if you are, that's exactly the type of work that I do when I am casting a spell. So,
and think about the word spelling. What do you do when you write? You spell. When you speak those words, you spell.
Yeah.
Well, you've probably done a spell and just didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And, on something specific, I will write out a little spell, and it'll be kind of like a poem, line after line.
Yes. And yes, and for some people, I'm one of them. I like my spells to rhyme because it helps to build the energy. Not everybody does that. Do you need to do that? No.
No.
Not at all. And Flower Beauty did say yes. So that is actually, I mean, spell has can sometimes have a connotation that isn't good for people. How about we say, when you are, there you go, even better, mantras.
Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly what it is. Because what does that mantra do? How does it change you? How does it change your attitude, your understanding, deepen your awareness?
Yeah.
Feel.
Yes. So there will be times you want to write down what you want to say about the intention that you're setting for your candle. And there will be times when the energy will be strong enough that you feel confident to just say what's in your heart.
Yeah. Flower Beauty did ask, so if I want something, how should I cast a spell? What words to use? That's a whole different type of show.
Yes, it is.
I would encourage you to, if you have access to some books, do some searching on reputable sites online. Also goes back to, what does magic do?
Mhm.
And magic can clear away, it can draw things to you, it can repel things, it can slow things down. So,
Tell the universe what it is that you are trying to do.
yes, yes. And I have to say, I mean, the Bible is a great book for pulling out
Oh, yes,
some
it is.
spell work.
Yes. And try to keep your words in the positive. The universe cannot hear the negative.
Yes,
So just make sure that you keep whatever you say in the positive and in the present.
yes,
So you don't say, I want to something later on. No, you have it now.
yes. Like affirmations.
Yes.
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 Yes, like affirmations. Yes. And affirmations need to be positive and in the present.
Yes.
And Kristen Louise said, a spell is intense, focused attention.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but yeah, please recommend some reputable sites. I'll have to think about that, Flower Beauty, because there's a lot of them out there. I would, I don't know. Does anybody have any reputable sites that they like? Because I mean, that's a hard one. We'll think about that, and we'll plan on doing something else in the future about
About
working with spells. So, but
and anything that you say that's from your heart with intent and positive and that you believe will happen, that's what you should say.
yes. And I also, yeah, it is going to have to be another show, Morella. I also do the do as I will, but with harm to none.
Yes.
So I'm not one of these people for the make someone love me or
No.
give me all the money.
It's
That's
the same sort of thing with most benevolent outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
So you want the most benevolent outcome for all. So
yes,
you want it for yourself, but you want it for everyone involved.
yes, yes. Okay, so I know unfortunately so many good ones are no more. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, a lot of them are not around. So you could include yes, we could do that. Candle magic can be an entire an entry to the universe or an acknowledgement of positive outcome. Yep,
Yes.
yep, yep. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, see what we can. Yeah, there are a lot of 101 articles. Jonathan has posted one, so I probably have seen some of those. I would recommend that use your brain, use your insight. Don't lose your common sense and your intelligence. Flower Beauty, you're pretty intelligent, so make sure that you read and think about it first. Don't do it out of anger and start. That's never a good time.
No.
Well, righteous anger is one thing, but yeah, of course, harm none, no one. So, old world witchcraft. So I have some books that we'll talk about next time. How's that?
Sounds good.
Wow. Any last minute thoughts? Because again, I'm an overachiever. I was expecting to get through a whole lot of stuff, but oh, this is good comment. MLR has, any metaphysical bookstores where you live, Flower Beauty. If there are, they also may have some candle magic classes.
They may, yes.
So I am a huge supporter for brick and mortar and local places.
Yes.
So, but thank you for all of the best chatters for being here. Thanks, Jonathan, for putting the links in and such. So, anything else the two of you want to add before we do the exit? Because I'm like going,
If it feels like the right thing to do, then it's the right thing to do.
Good.
Especially if it's with no anger.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And I like that idea of the most benevolent outcome. That's helpful. So, yes. So, all right, everyone. Deb, you have a special guest coming on your channel.
I do. Saturday afternoon on my channel, I'm going to be hosting a chat with Miss Tarot D.
Nice. Yay. Angela, what do you got coming up?
Well, I've got my playing card class on Saturday at 4 Central. And I'm not sure. I think Diana and I will be doing a oracle garden readings on Sunday.
Nice. Very nice. I've got a couple of things coming up. It's easier just to subscribe to the channel, Tarot Stash. It's easy to do. Subscribe to all of our channels. And when you're done, it doesn't matter whose show your channel you're watching this on, please make sure you give a thumbs up, because a thumbs up helps. When we're finished here, refresh your screen and leave the words "candle magic" in a comment. Tell us what questions you might have that we can answer for the next time. So,
or any tips or tricks that you know.
That would be nice.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Eastern. There may be some Eastern mysticism books available. So, thank you for being here, Nancy, and everyone. You take care. We will say farewell.